Hey everybody, Congressman Colin Allred here. I'm really sorry I can't be with you today in person, but I really want to thank the North Dallas Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to speak with you all a little bit about the work that we're doing here at the federal level to improve our infrastructure. For decades, our infrastructure in Texas has suffered from a lack of federal investment. And partly as a result, Texas received a C- grade on its infrastructure report card from the American Society of Civil Engineers. And our highways and roads were actually graded even lower, the D plus on their 2021 report card. And because of our region's rapid growth here in North Texas, investment for us in infrastructure really is not optional. It's a necessity. And that's why, as a member of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, I'm working to ensure that we have the funding to finally rebuild and improve some of our crumbling infrastructure, and that our transportation systems are going to meet our needs going forward with the incredible growth that we know we're going to continue to experience. And that's why I was so proud to vote for the Bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, or the Bipartisan Infrastructure Deal that you may have heard of, which President Biden recently signed into law, and which I was very proud to be there at the White House to see that happen. Now, the investments created in this bill are going to allow us to create jobs, keep up with the demands of our modern economy, and continue to thrive here in North Texas. This bipartisan plan is going to reduce congestion and create good jobs by investing in our highways, our bridges, and in our public transit systems like DART. And it's going to help us advance efforts to improve other parts of our infrastructure that we don't see, like our water, our electricity, and our high-speed internet. It's going to also help us modernize and electrify school buses and expand electric vehicle charging stations and encourage innovation in manufacturing across the United States. And because of all this, according to a Moody's Analytics report, this bill will help create 650,000 new jobs over the next 5 years. Here in Texas, we have the most bridges and highway miles of any state in the country, and we stand to significantly benefit from this bill. The average Texan actually spends 54 hours in traffic at a cost of $1,080 a year, and we know that we have even worse traffic in Dallas than the average Texan experiences. And so the bipartisan infrastructure deal contains for us $27 billion for Texas highways, roads, and bridges that is going to allow us to address some of that. We're really lucky to have DFW Airport here in North Texas. It's the second largest economic engine in our entire state and employs thousands of folks, as y'all know, right here in North Texas. Well, our bill will allow for the modernization and expansion of airports like DFW and Love by providing Texas airports with $1.2 billion for infrastructure development over the next 5 years that they can then continue to leverage with private funds. So not only is this going to benefit our economy here in North Texas, it's going to lead to a smoother and safer travel experiences for passengers across the country who we know pass through North Texas. This bill also makes historic investments in our public transit systems, as I said, like DART. Increasingly, North Texans are going to rely on these systems every day to get to school, to work, to doctor's appointments, or to other critical events. And so this bill provides Texas with $3.3 billion over 5 years to improve our public transit, ensuring that our future travel demands are going to be met. And having met with DART recently, I am excited about some of the plans they have coming up for how they're going to continue to modernize their bus system and using our light rail system better. So because of all this, I was incredibly proud to vote for this historic legislation that's going to help us create jobs, reduce congestion, and grow our economy. It's something that should have been supported by every representative in Texas, in my opinion. And with this new law, Texas has a chance for us to lead the nation and the world in our infrastructure. And I look forward to working closely with local leaders like y'all to make sure that we put these funds to work quickly. Because I am convinced that the communities that best use this funding in the years to come are those that are going to lead going forward. Because this is a kind of investment that doesn't come around every day. And so we have to be wise with how we use these funds. And so with your help, I'm sure that we can do that in a way that improves the quality of life for North Texans and for really all Americans. And I want to thank you so much for your help, and thank you for having me.